Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're playing as Serbia in World War I. Last time around we fought the 56th Battle of Zagreb, and I'm sure we'll fight another 56th, looking at how it is right now. We also managed to take out the Romanians entirely by taking the Moldovan region from them, so they're out of the picture. With that, we still got quite a bit of trouble ahead of us. So there was a resurgence by the Austro-Hungarians coming at us from all sides, as we all know. They came at Zagreb, and they're about to do it again. There's another full stack on the way. Hopefully, though, I am getting support by the French, hopefully. The French landed the force over here. They moved to the north. And then they're now moving towards Zagreb. Hopefully they move their turn before the Austrians. And even if they're not moving directly towards town, I'm hoping they will end up so that their reinforcement region, or the region that kind of affects them, will actually be close enough. So if the Austrians do go ahead and attack town, if I attack out, or if they go immediately into attack, that we will get the support of the French, because that would be very nice, because this force has been cut down quite to size since last time it fought. We still have the cannons left, we still have the troops and so forth, but they need to be replaced. I am recruiting reservists. Hopefully they'll come in and they'll aid in bolstering the force. We'll have to try and... It's kind of hard to try and reorganize the entire armed forces while you're attacked from all sides. At the same time, I moved up my troops from the capital, trying to stop these guys from raiding the countryside. So we got two full stacks, one over here, and we've got one over here. This is the one I'm gonna go after today, the first battle we're gonna do. So that they do not reach the capital. There's also the problem, there's another Ottoman force on the way. So I haven't been able to get my army back from Moldova. They're about one turn away from actually reaching back into Bucharest, which means the Ottomans will be able to get there first unless I stop them. So I moved to reservist up here. The idea is just to hold them back for hopefully as long as possible, and that after the battle that will kind of diminish the amount of stamina the army has, so they can't actually move the last bit to attack and take Bucharest, because that would be rather devastating. At the same time, in between episodes, I kind of failed killing off the Greek rebels. Now at some certain point I did have them under control, more or less, but they did go ahead and spawn an army. I moved out to meet them in battle, which is a battle over here, a battle of Greece, victory over Greece. So the Greek rebels were defeated in January of 1916. The thing was, though, I wasn't able to kill off them all, and in my attempt to kill off them all, I completely emptied the town of all its troops, which was a huge mistake, because I didn't have the movement points to chase them all down, which meant that they could unopposed go into town, and so the unhappiness has basically been reset. So now they got still 26 minus points for foreign occupation. So not only are the proletariat angry, but now the bourgeoisie is angry as well. So we're looking at another rebel forces, so it's going to take a while for Putnik to actually be able to move out, which is a major blunder that I did there. Anyways, what we're going to start off with today is we're going to attack over here. Now, I was hoping the French would be closer, because I kind of want to attack these guys before they're able to siege us at Zagreb, because if they siege us, of course I lose them a lot of all my trade income. What we really should be doing is we should tear down this port, and I should rebuild a trade port over here, and then try as best as possible to try and relocate all the trade over here, because this is a much more stable way, because no one's really attacking that side. The Austro-Hungarians are laying siege to this that often that I'm losing out on all my trade. And we do make quite a bit on trade. 11,000, so that's a lot to lose out of my income. So right now my income is 11,000. So if I lose that, I lose basically all my income, which is bad. Or all my, all my income. So we would want to see maybe move that around, but that can take a few turns quite a few turns to make that change. So that's not very likely, is it? But hopefully we'll figure something out. What we're gonna start with is we're gonna start by taking our newest general, I believe. Unless it is, yes, I believe this is the newest general. And he's gonna take his army, or maybe I'm mistaken. Who is the newest general? Do I have a general over here? Or is this one might be the newest one, actually? It's one of the newer ones, anyways. We're gonna take him. We're gonna take on Victor Dankel, crush him, and hopefully in this episode I'll be able to play it in such a way that I'm hopefully able to deter most of the forces, so we can keep moving in this campaign. With that said, let's go ahead and attack. And what does he have? He's got quite a lot of artillery. He's got lots of cavalry, 2 machine guns. Cavalry is not that good, so. And I would say, I mean, he has a lot of those light howitzers and only 1 field gun. The light howitzer seems to be better. He's got a lot of Hungarian troops. The cavalry I can wipe out really easily. I do have an advantage in artillery and in total numbers, so we would have an infantry advantage as well, which is good. With that said, let's go ahead and start the battle, shall we? And the battle is off! I've moved up my line, my artillery is set here behind. We're using the new novel heavy mortars. Very inaccurate, I must say. At long range, anyways. We've got the machine gun anchoring on the right side. The line has moved up, as I've said. Initial attacks by their cavalry get crushed. Got Dragoon unit hiding in the forest over there. My batteries are entirely focused on counter battery fire, where I'm targeting the battery over here and this one, and the heavy mortar is concentrating on this one, trying to blow that one to pieces. We've done pretty well stopping the Austro-Hungarian batteries from effectively firing on our troops. Now all I need to do is move my troops into a way where we can defeat all their infantry. I was hoping actually to move a lot of troops into this forest. That seemed to have not happened. They're about to flank me with a few hussars, possibly going after the machine gun. Machine gun is just set up though. How about we target those guys? Not only that, but I will add on by moving up my dragoons. Or rifled cavalry. It's not actually dragoons. So they will be better at firing from horseback than the dragoons are. Good shot. Enemy hussars were crushed before they were able to seriously endanger the machine gun. With that, the right flank is open. My cavalry will now move over to this forest and then swing at the enemy. Looks like the enemy artillery is now targeting them. They kind of know, I guess, that this is what's gonna happen. The enemy has moved its artillery. But at this point, I feel as though my cavalry will surely deal with them, so we will focus our artillery fire on the left side, because the machine gun will tear up anything coming too close on the right. I want the cavalry to make haste and attack straight at these guys. Also, the heavy mortar should at this point find another target to fire at closer to the lines, as it were. What I should do is I actually should prepare as their line advance. So we should have some forces to actually cover their flank over there. I have more infantry than them, so I should use that. Ah! Oh, they're machine guns! Damn, I forgot about that. Can I get some... They're out of range of all of my artillery. We'll have to dare by going closer to the infantry. Shit. Ah, my cavalry is gonna get destroyed. Damn. That plan failed. Means I'll have to go back to targeting these guys. They are setting up to move their artillery, so I'm not too concerned right now. We're gonna continue to bombard the line infantry, focusing on the guys out here in the open. What I should do is I should roll forward my machine gun so we can start targeting troops in the forest. This will be the line that will hold, and then the rest will be the guys that moves. So I will start to move a little bit forward, and these guys will start moving forward towards attacking the flank, which I'm blowing up with my artillery. Let's have the explosive shot artillery try to mop up the remnants here. The damn machine guns, they keep them in the back like that, and I seem to always forget it. These two units are completely destroyed. This one's gonna get destroyed. Let's fire shrapnel on the two bigger units over there. I don't think I will be able to get my machine guns in position in time to open up on the enemy. They are moving forwards. We don't care right now. Let's move these guys to link up the line. Their general just supported their attack over here. I don't think it's going to work out in the long run. We're going to push here. We're going to push here as the enemy is taking heavy casualties. We blew up that artillery piece. Let's aim for this one. Oh, is it destroyed? Ah, it looks like it is destroyed. Or they might not be able to move it. Yeah. It's not going to fire any more shots. Neither is this one. Okay, all their artillery pieces. Then I want the explosive light howitzers to fire shells into the forest over there and break up that. Same time, we're concentrating fire on the units out here being broken up. Very good. Actually, how about we... No, target this side, so we make sure that we break that. The machine guns have opened up now. They're in position. Cutting up his left side. Though they're thick in this forest, so it's hard to actually hit all of them. Most of the troops on this side, on our left, is retreating. This unit suffered. It didn't suffer as much as I thought. It already had suffered quite high casualties. I will concentrate fire over there. Heavy mortars fire into there. Actually, everyone fire over there. That's the biggest unit they have left. These two will stop, these three will continue forward. tell the machine gun to hold fire, and then I'll move these guys forward. The battle is won. The enemy is broken, as we can see. And if I want to try and get 3 battles into this video, I think we'll... I mean, the victory is assured here. So let's go ahead and declare a victory and see if we can't jump on to the other battles that are coming up. And here we have the results of the battle. We deployed similar enough troops, 100 men more on my side, mostly because I deployed more infantry units rather than cavalry. The enemy lost 2,456 out of the 2,600, leaving only 150 left after the battle. I lost 700 out of my 2,700, leaving about 2,000 men. Cavalry did survive the battle, 18 men of them managed to get out. We lost most of the losses were probably incurred at the very end, which I didn't show, where I had to go in and get those machine guns. It wasn't that bad though. Machine gun on the left, I actually were able to attack through the forest, and by just concentrating 3 infantry units of rifle fire, we were able to quite very well suppress the unit. And I did similarly, but need 5 units out in the open on the one on the right. So we didn't suffer that much out of it. Highest killers are the old field guns, so the 2 shrapnel ones, one killing 300, one killing 400. Next we actually have an infantry unit, and after that, surprisingly, I have my heavy mortar. Now, they were quite inaccurate, so I didn't think much of them, but they managed to kill almost 200 men, which is quite a surprise. But it was a very good battle, to the point where we get the Battle of Sur, January 1960, victory over Austria-Hungary. I will try to pursue them, which didn't really work. I'll send out the little cavalry unit, which is enough to chase down. There's only 131 of them left. Cavalry unit lost none. It's just a reinforcement force of 100 losses. And he can even rejoin the army, which is good. We'll move to the bridge over here in Serbia to try to block these. Hopefully, if I get money, I will be able to repair this. Now it's up to the enemy to see if... They're probably going to try and lay siege to Zagreb once more, cutting off my trade, meaning that I don't have any money to try and repair my factory and my college at Sarajevo. And then there's the possibility what the Ottomans might do. Now, I'm hoping the Ottomans are stupid and they're not actually going to attack here. Instead, they're going to move up towards the bridge to try and cross there instead, just because there's a little opposition over here. That's my hope anyways. I mean, I have a lot of hopes here. I hoping on the French to come in and aid me at Zagreb would be nice. But enough of all my hopes. Let's go ahead and end turn and see what actually is going to happen. We missed the announcements because I was going to save just in case. What happened was we became bankrupt because, yet again, Zagreb is under siege, and so my trade is gone, which means that I got bankrupt. I'm minus 600. That will cause unrest in the capital. But compare it to the patriotic fever that we currently have going because of all the victories, the resistance to foreign occupation, the population of Serbia will bear this. However, the occupied territories might not. They will, in fact. It's the Greeks who will become even more unhappy, I guess. Actually, what's it called? The bankruptcy didn't affect them this time around. How strange. We got a new cannon over in Romania, and just as I predicted, the Ottomans decided, you know what, we don't like going up. I guess you can roleplay it as kind of a ruse to to lure the Ottomans in that kind of way. What I'm going to do is I expect them to try to cross the bridge, in which case we'll try to intercept them. I'll move the artillery piece over here. Hopefully we'll intercept them crossing the bridge. They might move back down here, but in that case I can just move on. Zagreb, Croatia got better railroad, that's good. Minister got experience. We also have Russian allies moving down. The Russian allies might be looking to make an attack towards Constantinople, even if I don't think they will succeed, but they will at least hold up some of the full stacks coming out of Constantinople going that way. So that will be good. Didn't really have anything happen in Greece. These full stacks are staying there. It seems like the Austrians are putting everything towards Zagreb this time around. And unfortunately, it looks like the French are not going to support us. They're not moving closer. So we're going to have to move our own army towards the enemy. I cannot really send much troops out of here. Given also that we're bankrupt, I'm going to have to stop the recruitment of all these iron regiments until we actually have some money. So now I have about 4,000. I should be able to live on that for quite a while, even though we're going minus. Thing is, counterattack. There's so many. The thing is, if I don't counterattack, they're gonna bring in yet another full stack, and I can't bear to fight all of that. So we're gonna have to fight here once more. The 511th Battle of Zagreb is underway. It's Rudolf Ritten von Brudermann. He brings 1 artillery piece and 2 machine guns. Lots of infantry, and then the little reinforcement force. Not much to say, more than we know the ground and we shall defend it well. With that said, let's go ahead and start the battle. And so the battle commences. I have gone ahead and skipped the startup, the artillery duel. We won it. We did lose a few troops in the artillery duel. It was 2 of these old style field guns firing back and forth at each other. However, the skill of our crew was higher, so we were able to beat them. I've taken up a wonderful position here in front of my line, where we can see my troops are sitting hidden here or taking cover behind these stone walls. And we've seen in previous battles how effective those are. Now obviously if you come under fire from artillery, it's not that great to sit behind walls like this, but as it stands right now, they're really good cover. There's been already a little bit of a skirmish ahead of the lines. Let's see, they are about to come within range. So this half circle here is very... And also the best thing about this, obviously the wall means that I'm going to take minimal casualties, but the ground rises up behind it, and then we have a wonderful placement for my machine guns to kind of just go raking back and forth as the enemy approaches here and be able to fire above the line. So I have a line that is unbroken up here along the fence, where we're almost, you know, immortal almost, sitting behind these walls firing at the enemy. And then I have the machine guns over that just go and just takes out swaths of enemies. And I mean, the Austrians have gone ahead and they're attacking right in like the worst part they can, right in the middle of here of my defensive line. So I was a little bit worried that we were going to take a lot of casualties in this battle, that maybe these guys were going to bring heavy artillery and so forth. But with the ground as it is, the Austrians are getting slaughtered with minimal casualties on our side, and as we can see, the enemy is resorting to trying to charge down our line. Oh, he rallied his troops. I'm gonna go ahead and counter charge. I'm gonna tell my the armed citizenry in the back to hold fire as we move forth. Actually, I will counter charge across the entire line. Machine guns, hold your fire. So there is a little bit of a fight still going on over here. Let's make sure that these guys hold their fire as we move forward. In the counter charge. Oh, they do! I missed that. They put an infantry unit over in the flank. Go ahead and mow them down with the machine guns. My infantry charging across the field, taking down whatever troops are left behind after this. The machine gun shooting up the length of the line. I mean, you can't get a better target to fire at with the machine gun. And there we more or less have it. The only thing that's left at this point is the general. And then we have, I mean, these two crew guys. They're basically dancing back and forth. Running back and forth. I'm not entirely sure. Some kind of shell shock. We do have machine guns and a little bit of stuff out here, but it won't be anything near as I mean, the battle is over. We have won, and we won once again quite spectacularly against the Austrians. A little bit of a cool counterattack there at the end. Minimal losses. We actually have quite a few losses here, but I imagine these are actually friendly fires from the machine gun, which kind of moved over to fire at the troops that came on here. But you can see tons of Austrians. They fell into our trap as we were lying in wait behind these walls. Barely any guys shot behind the wall. You can imagine some might be due to our counter-artillery fire. But yeah, there we have it. So with that said, let's go and take a look at the statistics, shall we? And here's the result of the battle. We deployed about 2,000 men, while the enemy deployed about 3,000. They lost 3,000 men, leaving only 280 men left after the battle. I lost 400, around 500 men, leaving roughly 1,500 men left after the battle. In terms of kills, we have the field gun with the most, 400, machine gun at 300, then actually a home guard at 267. I think there was a home guard that I placed in front that was part of the initial skirmish. Shot down a lot of cavalry, quite surprisingly. Then machine gun. And actually, the top here, there's a lot of home guards. Now, I posted the home guards up front because I thought they would soak up enemy artillery fire, and they would kind of soak up enemy bullets until I'd set up my perfect defensive position. Turns out they just shot down the Austrians just as well, if not even better than the infantry. Yes, there's not much else to say about that. Wonderful victory. Once again, the trade road is open. We've got 2 broken down Austrian stacks. There's still another one. The army from the capital is hot on their heel. If they would go ahead and stop right there, I could actually attack them. We've got the French army right here. We've got an Italian army over here, which hopefully stops any more Austrians coming out of Vienna. We've got 2 small reinforcements, some of Hungarian, some Royal Austrian. But once that stack here is done, I will be fully in control of my territory. we'll see what happens with the Ottomans over here. But it looks like with these two battles we kind of cleared up the worst of the situation. I shouldn't say too much. There might be thousands upon thousands of Austrians ready to stream down. Just noticed the factory over here is burning. And I don't think that is beyond just the operational smoke stack. So I wonder if that is Russians coming through, or what that is. I can't really see anyone else. What else it could be, unless the Hungarians are fed up with being used as cannon fodder or losing battles like that, and they're going into revolution. Who knows? Could be the Russians, as we see Russian stacks moving down here. With that said, anyways, I say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Break.